Gentlemen, we are live and in the building, coming at you from all angles, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, man. This is the A Show. We are the Sports Podcast, and today we are going football heavy, man. And at the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the show, this is a very special trivia showdown. It is champion versus champion, title for title. Trivia showdown, man, for the Sports Undisputed Trivia Championship, man. I got the NFL Trivia Champion Q Dog versus the NBA Trivia Champion Deuce. Can Deuce be the second man to ever hold the undisputed title? Or can Q Dog become the undisputed champion for the third time, man? He is the only man to hold that undisputed title. So we got some football talking to do, man. And we got some trivia. And we got the smoke right here on the Sports Podcast. Man, thank you so very much for being here with us on this Saturday afternoon, wherever in the world you are right now, man. Wherever you are right now. Now, you guys know the usual, man. Please hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up right now. Press the button, thumbs up, man. And you first-time watchers, man, hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell for all notifications. Why? Because you belong right here with us on the Sports Podcast, man. And follow us on Twitter at Real2Sports. And any topic you have for the podcast panel, just go to therealsports.com and go sign up. Also, go sign up and join our sports group, man, on Facebook called the Real Sports Group. Ladies and gentlemen, I have assembled the dream team right here. They are the dream team. I have assembled some of the very finest, some of the very best sports minds that I know personally, man. They are the very talented, intelligent Real Sports Podcast panel. Representing Fly Eagles Fly. Fly Eagles Fly is their motto. The Bird Gang. They are the one-time Super Bowl champion. And they are the defending NFC champions. They are the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's Philadelphia son himself, Philly G on a Saturday. Philly G.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Let's go, baby.
Fly, Eagles, fly. I don't know the rest because I don't supposed to. I don't know the rest of it. Who that is down in the bayou? Who that representing that 504? 504 is in the building. The black and gold. They are the one time and undefeated. Let me add that in there. Undefeated in the Super Bowl. They are the New Orleans Saints.
You know, to sprinkle it on the top for him one time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He is the flyest man in the land.
Sprinkle undefeated.
No doubt, baby. The flyest man in the land, ladies and gentlemen. 504. It's GC in the building. What's happening, baby?
Appreciate that, host. You know what I'm saying? The 504. What up with it?
What up with it?
Show off the logo. You know what I'm saying? Look, check me out. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
I'm always ready.
Always, baby.
Thank you.
Always. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the president up in here. He is the president of the Real Sports Group, and he is part of the 3-time Super Bowl champion, my Las Vegas Raiders. The silver and black attack is in the building. The autumn wind has arrived, representing the Las Vegas Raiders. And he is Oklahoma State's alumni. And ladies and gentlemen, he's clean cut, and he is a heel. He is a heel. It's Young Mark.
What's going on, y'all? Wait, hold up. Do y'all hear that? I think I can still hear the Philadelphia and Celtics fans crying from last Tuesday. Man, bro, it's been like 5 days, man. Wipe your tears, bro. Here, wipe your tears, bro. Wipe your tears. God.
Oh.
At least we made the playoffs, though. So.
I better stop while I'm
We
here.
can start the conversation again if we want to. And B's better than Ball. Don't forget that.
Ooh. Going at it, man. Let me leave that alone. Let me go over here to the black and yellow. The man with all the rings. The man with all the rings. Ladies and gentlemen, the terrible towels. Blitzburg is what they call it. Representing the Steel City. They are the 6-time Super Bowl champion. They are the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this man is the Real to Sports NBA trivia champion. HBC expert himself, the Deuce.
Man,
Deuce.
I miss Wall Street today. I'm gonna be honest with you. My man's not here. But the only thing I love about Wall Street not being here is no one can compare to having 6 rings. Like, y'all can add up all y'all's rings together and still not have 6.
That's words from the Deuce. And shout out to Street, man. Shout out to Street. Shout out. He couldn't be here today, man, but shout out to him. Shout out to Streets, man. And last but not least, man, the Hall of Famer, the OG. The OG himself is in the building. He is in the building. And he is too hot to handle and too cold to hold. Representing the NFC North Division champion, the mighty Minnesota Vikings. And he is the Real to Sports NFL trivia champion. It's the legend himself, the Diggity Dog, Q.
What's up, peoples?
What's up with your Q Dog?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Q Dog is in the building. All right, man. I got the squad here, man. We got some football to talk. Before I go there, the live chat is popping. It is popping. Let me get to the live chat. Rockstar Rock, what's up with you? Happy Father's Day to you, brother. Rockstar Rock. Hi, guys. Hope everything is doing well. Miss Deuce. Miss Deuce is in the building. Miss Deuce. There she is. Miss Faithful right there. She is the Mrs. Lou Gehrig. Hello, fellas. Happy Father's Day. Thank you.
Good to see you, Miss Jones.
Not the Dream Team, the 2004 Olympic team. 2004.
We the redeem team then.
Okay. I would say Dream Team, like, Bird, Magic, Jordan, 92 squad, Barcelona. Oh, my Lord. You already know. Gee. Glad to see you guys. Oh, glad to see you. Thank you, Stephanie Jones Taylor. Glad to see you. Thanks for being on the show. Street. Wife got me out on Father's Day, but I had to stop through right quick. How about them Cowboys? I love Deuce. Straight. Happy Father's Day to you, my brother. That's my fishing partner. Wall Street is in the building. The live chat is moving today, man. And we appreciate everybody being on the live chat. We appreciate all 24 countries out there that's watching us live on YouTube. We appreciate and thank you guys for your support. All right, man, we got USFL news. We're going to start the show off, man. We got USFL news coming from our very own, the Cal Ripken of the Real to Sports podcast, man. It is Young Mark. Young Mark, are you ready, sir? Turn the keys.
You already know.
Let's go.
On the Mark with Young Mark is brought to you by the Real to Sports podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good to be with you guys again. You know me, man. If they play American football on the gridiron anywhere in the world, I'm going to cover it for you guys here on the Mark. So we want to go ahead and get into this thing, man. Last week, I had brought you guys some updates from the Canadian Football League, and I talked about the BC Lions game. On behalf of the Real to Sports podcast, I want to send thoughts, prayers, and well wishes to the BC Lions. They had to cancel practice on Wednesday after their offensive lineman, Phil Norman, suffered what was called a significant medical episode. Practice was stopped and he was rushed to the hospital, but thankfully he is doing much better today, and we hope to see him back on the field soon. He comes from Deuce's neighborhood, man. He was a 3-year starter at Bethune-Cookman down in Florida, so we definitely want to send our well wishes to him and hope he gets back on that field as soon as possible. Moving on over back down to the States, to the good old United States Football League this time. Man, the USFL is in chaos right now, man. It's straight chaos out there in them streets. Going into today is week 10. It's the final week of the regular season. And in the North Division, man, all 4 teams are in win or go home mode. Every team in the North Division is alive for a chance at the playoffs. Basically, you lose today, that's the end of your season. You're not going to the postseason. But if you win, you got a chance to get in. Right now, looking back at last week, week 9, to see how we got here, we had the New Jersey Generals taking on the Philadelphia Stars. And ladies and gentlemen, I got to be honest with you and borrow a phrase from my good friend, the host. The Philadelphia Stars had the refs on the payroll, man. New Jersey was giving it to them in the first half. They were cooking them, double-digit lead, and then coming out at halftime, anytime the New Jersey Generals sneezed, the refs was throwing out the laundry. There was some horrible roughing the passer calls, some bad false starts, some bad delayed games, just bad calls in general. The refs tried to give Philadelphia the victory. It came down to the last quarter, but thankfully New Jersey was able to come ahead with the victory. They win that game 37-33, led by my man from Last Chance U, former Florida State quarterback DeAndre Johnson. He pulled the game out for the team, man, and I'm happy for him. So going into today, they're in a tight battle with Pittsburgh. Right now, they're down 3-6 with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. And like I said, if New Jersey can win, despite their record, they will be in the playoffs, and they will eliminate the Pittsburgh Maulers.
What's their record, New Jersey?
3-6. 3-6. Hey, the record ain't good, but the North has been really, really tough this year. All 4 of the teams are evenly matched, and they're all kicking butt. Really, everybody outside of one team is in a win or go home situation this week. 3 out of the 4 teams in the South are all fighting for that second playoff spot, because the first playoff spot, and so far the only team to clinch guaranteed spot in the playoffs, is the Birmingham Stallions. They clinched their spot in the most in the craziest way I've ever seen. Like, have you ever seen a team turn the ball over multiple times, lose the time of possession battle, get less first downs than their opponent, but still win the game by double digits? I've never seen it personally, but Birmingham somehow did it. They won their game last week against the Houston Gamblers. They won their game with a final score of 38-15. And this is with multiple turnovers. They really couldn't score the ball like that at first, but they got going and gave it to Houston pretty good. And then this week we have a bunch of teams in the South all vying for a playoff spot. So it's getting crazy going into the final stretch. And to wrap things up here for you guys on the Mark for today, gonna jump over to the XFL real quick. Got some news coming out of there. The Las Vegas Vipers, who finished dead last in the XFL with a record of 2-8, they fired their head coach Rod Woodson this week. He is no longer the coach there. And also in the news of the XFL, they had a rookie draft. And there was a draft pick out of that rookie draft that caught my attention. And before anybody can say anything, no, this player did not go to the Oklahoma State University. But instead, they are an HBCU player. So I'm going to turn to my HBCU expert, Mr. Deuce, the man with all the rings, and hopefully after today, all the titles. Can you give us some more information about the HBCU player that got drafted by the Vegas Vipers in the XFL draft, please?
Yeah, man. So he, like you said, he was the only guy from HBCU to get drafted. Mr. KJ Kinsler out of Alcorn State University. Finished his senior year, 61 total tackles, 3 forced fumbles, and 1 interception. And the biggest thing is when you turn on tape from high school to his days at Alcorn, the biggest thing that jumps off the page is how physical this dude is. He's like another backer, bro. He will come down and light you up. It doesn't matter if you're a running back, a receiver, a quarterback scrambling out the pocket.
What position?
He plays safety. He plays safety. He's inside the box type of guy. In high school,
61 tackles?
61 total tackles.
As a safety? Damn.
Yeah. So he'll come down and he'll punish you, man. And, you know, I didn't get to follow the XFL as well as Mark did, but Mark, you can tell me if I'm wrong. He's adding to a bad Orlando Guardians defense that finished 6th in yards per game and last in points. But I think he's going to be able to come and make a big impact on the field for them.
For sure. Appreciate that, Deuce. Yeah, the Orlando Guardians last year, they were a team that their record would say that they were bad, but they had a really good defense, but no offense for the first couple weeks of the season because their quarterback was suspended by the league. But when they got their quarterback in that game, he lit it up. They defeated the, at the time, undefeated DC Defenders. So if Orlando can keep adding pieces and keep their quarterback situation tighten up, they will be a problem next year in the South Division. I guarantee you that. But hey, that's all the news. We went around the world, had to represent them 24 countries that watch the Real to Sports podcast every week. So we appreciate y'all. And that's all for On the Mark today. Back to you, host.
Yes, sir.
On the Mark with Young Mark is brought to you by the Real to Sports podcast.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all 24 countries around the world that's watching us.
I got to see that Alcorn State player play against, I think it was Prairie View this past season.
Yeah.
Prairie View?
Prairie View out of Texas.
Okay.
Houston.
Oh, that's right. I've seen this. That's crazy. You just taught me something. I did not know that was in Texas. I did not know that.
Prairie View, Texas Southern, they're right there in that Houston area.
Yeah, sound like a Texas team.
Well,
what up with you? I think that might be Boom. Is that Boom? No, that's Boom. It got to be Boom. What up, Boom?
Yo,
the Raider brother, what's going on, man?
Yeah, it got to be Boom. Power of positivity is in the building. Drew to the game.
Drew.
What up with you? What up with you? Drew to the game. Happy Father's Day to you too, my brother. Drew to the game is in the
Philly
building.
G, I'm glad you said that because I'm happy to report not a single player from the University of Alabama was drafted in the XFL draft this year. Ain't that great?
Busy going to the NFL.
We don't do XFL, bro. We don't do XFL.
They were too busy going to the NFL, bro.
Yeah, we go pro. We don't need that XFL, bro.
XFL.
We don't need that, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got that. But we
That's
appreciate Young
like
Mark,
Oklahoma
man.
State.
Word. We appreciate. Oh, no, it's Rich Homie. What's up, Rich Homie? What's up, boy? It's been a minute. Rich Homie is in the building. I'm just about to ask Mark about you, man. Rich Homie.
It's my dog. Good to see you, homie.
Oh, and my Eagle brother, correct?
Rich Homie, he is.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts. He a Jalen Hurts guy, but I mean,
Roll Tide. We all
Boomer Sooner.
Roll Tide.
Stop it, Mark.
All right, man. We got the
y'all need
go ahead,
to
GC.
stop
Go ahead and get him.
Y'all need to stop it.
Florida's not in this
You was killing in the corner,
Hey,
bro. Like,
Florida's not in this conversation, dude.
Hey, my quarterback went top 5 just like yours did, Philly G. Don't do me like that.
That man was drafted from Oklahoma State.
Just like yours did. Mine went top 5 just like yours did.
Wait, because I was rooting for him.
But you started with me. I was already chilling.
No. You started with us when you butted in. No.
Well, y'all wasn't finna jump Mark like he was wrong.
He
is wrong.
First off,
I mean,
he's Oklahoma State son.
He graduated from Alabama first.
He said, son.
Championship with Alabama.
No.
No. That's right, GC. No.
Deuce, we gonna let him have it, bro.
Yeah.
Just let him have it.
It's that Tuscaloosa, man.
Hey, bro.
Tuscaloosa.
Hey, Deuce, you and I and host up top, we're gonna chill with our multiple Super Bowl championships and let those who've only won one or none at all stay down there. We good.
Why you gotta come
It is set up like that.
Why you gotta come at OG like that though?
Because we whooped his team to get our first ring. So I mean,
damn, OG.
Come on, bro.
Damn, OG. They say you ain't got no food in the cabinet.
OG was just chilling. Why you gotta come after OG? Come after
OG
us.
getting straight, man. OG ain't saying nothing.
hey, Q-Dog know it ain't nothing but love, man.
Damn, OG. They say you gotta go grocery shop. You ain't got no food in the cabinet, bro.
You know what? I hope they do win the Super Bowl in the next couple of years, bro. Just because.
Richardson ain't starting week 1. Richardson.
Stop it. That's just
For the love of the Colts, I hope you're right, T-Rock.
Okay.
For the love of the Colts, I hope
for
so.
a second.
That's he's biased. He's from Tallahassee. They can't think straight down there.
Oh, hey, Gigi Bravo
school in the city.
Gigi Bravo, I know you watching this, bro. Man, my boy Gigi, man, he is a Tallahassee, Florida State fiend, bro.
They're the second best school in their city.
He's from Perry. He's from Perry, Florida, which is near Tallahassee, man. He's a Tallahassee, man. You say anything about that, boy. He is on Florida State. He is Florida State guy, bro. But
Florida State gives us universities with state in our title. They give us a bad name, bro. We don't do Florida State right.
It was nice back in the day, though.
They won championships recently.
Hell yeah, they was
recently. Mark.
I mean, they was nice until they ran into the Tide that one year. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You're welcome, Linda.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. We appreciate young Mark though with his USFL and Deuce with the assistance from Deuce, the US. And speaking of Deuce, we got HBCU news, and yes, we do cover HBCU, man. We got the Black College. We got Deuce. He finna get ready to start right now. Let's go.
Juicing it up with HBCU News, brought to you by the Real to Sports Podcast.
Yeah, man, let's get into it. And as most Baptist preachers say, it won't be before you long, all right? Biggest thing we got, man, is Mrs. Akia Clark, ZZ Clark, big-time basketball player, big-time hooper, 3-star guard from Overtime Elite out of Atlanta, Georgia. 6'2", 200, and the kid can play. He committed to Tennessee State University, and being one of the best point guards in the nation, 25 overall guard going to an HBCU is big time. He's going to come in and get on the floor immediately and make a difference for that Tennessee State team. So you got to play them boys in Tennessee, man. It's going to be rough. You're going to have a beast on your hands. And I kind of want to just, slow it down and send my condolences over to the Ray Lewis family, the Lewis family. They lost Ray Lewis III this week. Former HBCU player. He played at Virginia Union University over in Richmond, Virginia. Passed away at 28 years old. And yes, he's obviously the son of Hall of Fame linebacker Ray Lewis. In his senior season, man, the dude was phenomenal. 1898 on the ground and 20 touchdowns, and then he had 676 yards receiving and 4 scores receiving. So the dude can play, man. But this isn't about Ray Lewis III as the player, but more about the person. So I just want to send condolences to the family, everybody who was impacted by that young man. We got a post from his brother on Instagram letting us know that he had passed, man. So like I said, just sending condolences to everybody who's impacted by this loss of what has been seen to be a great young man. You know, obviously I can't say I knew him personally or anything like that, but haven't seen anything bad. And, you know, knowing who his dad was, I'm pretty sure he was a great kid. So that's all I really got. I just wanted to touch on those two things, man, and talk about those two young men. Back to you, Ho.
Yes, sir.
Deucing It Up with HBCU News, brought to you by the Real to Sports podcast.
No doubt, man. Big condolences, man, to Ray Lewis, man, and this whole family, man, and man, 28 years old and tragic loss. Very tragic. Whew, man, good gracious, man. I can't even imagine how Ray Lewis feels. Ray Lewis is such a emotional type guy. So I just know. I mean, I can just know that he's really feeling that, man. I mean, it's his son. Like, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Shout out and condolences to the Lewis family. Street said, first time I realized that. Big time recruit. Miss Jackson. Miss Barbara Jackson. Holiday guys, especially to my boo Q dog. DOG.
Yeah,
OG.
Q-Dog showing out, man.
Yes, sir. You ain't gotta get over here and show out now. It's a good woman, man. Shout out her, man. That's a good woman. He said, that's the first time I realized Deuce music is black and yellow. Hey, no copyright. Hey, it took a lot to go through the copyrights on that one, boy. Boy, what you talking about just to get that song over here? Woo! Boy, that's all right. It's paying off. Put like that. The money.
I remember when it first came out. I hated that song.
Yeah, boy, I hate it, boy.
Yeah, well, when you're the baby brother in the state of Pennsylvania, I hate it too.
I mean, when you're talking about Super Bowl rings, yes, but when it comes to the series, that's ours. We got the series. We don't have the rings, but we got the series.
Yeah, Philly G. That's a,
you want a lot of battles and not a lot of wars, huh, Philly G?
Philly G, you better know what. Hey, that man got 6 of them things.
And then one last thing to add, real quick. We should have played y'all in 2008, bro. It shouldn't have been the Arizona Cardinals. Like, was it 2008? It was 2008.
Yeah,
when they played
yeah, Super Bowl 43.
Bro,
it was the Eagles and the Cardinals in the championship.
We was this close to playing Pittsburgh.
It's a whole decade and some change. 2008.
They were playing Miami.
All I'm gonna say, you took a mark approach to that one, and I don't really like that. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, he went.
What you mean, bro?
Took a mark approach. He was like, y'all might have won Super Bowl, but we beat y'all 2 times that season. Now it's like, I don't know how I feel.
Hey man, the facts are the facts.
You know,
hey,
way
the
back
fact
on that one,
is,
bro.
Y'all won when it didn't matter. That's the facts.
We went way back on that one, Q. 2008. Damn.
I was in 5th grade.
3 years ago, bro. I'm still in Florida.
Oh, bro.
I'm still living in Florida in 2008.
Oh, no.
God damn. Okay.
Yeah, I was going in the 6th grade.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Philly G, we was in the 6th grade when that joint happened, bro.
God damn. I was like, what, 25 back then? Oh, let me not show my age.
It's all right, host. I remember when I was 25, man. Good times.
Mark, you're 26 now, Mark. That was like literally a couple months ago.
It was yesterday.
Good Lord Almighty. Man. All right, man. We got NFL news. GG, bravo. It's for you, bro. I brung it for you. In the podcast panel, they're gonna talk. Over in the NFL news, man, we're gonna talk about. We got 3 things we're gonna talk about today that's going around in the NFL world. Not too much, but some of the most important topics, and we're gonna hit on those. Deebo Samuel, 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel aims to make up for the awful 2022 season. Deebo Samuel is highly motivated to return to his all-pro form in 2023. The San Francisco 49ers wide receiver arrived at minicamp on last Tuesday, describing his performance in 2022 as awful, and acknowledged his absence this time last year amid a lengthy contract negotiation was a distraction, according to the athletic director. He said this, and I quote, "Just going through the tape, and it was look how sluggish and like how bad you look on tape. Come on, Debo, you got to talk better than that." And that he had a long film session with head coach Kyle Shanahan this offseason. Like I said, what happened last offseason kind of played a big role in that. I'll never put nothing on tape like that again. Samuel's 864 scrimmage yards and 632 receiving, 232 rushing last season was a big drop-off from the 1,770 scrimmage yards and 1,405 receiving, 365 rushing he occurred during the All-Pro campaign in 2021. The disparity also hit his touchdown numbers, going from 18 total scores in 2021 to just 5 in 2022. Although Samuel only played 13 games in 2022 due to multiple injuries, there were only flashes of the dominance he portrayed throughout his breakout season a year prior, producing a subpar season after inking a 3-year extension, a contract situation that overshadowed much of the Niners' offseason last year, perhaps makes it all that much more disappointing. Okay, let's go to GC on this, man. What do you think about, do you think that Debo Samuel returned back to his all-pro form this year coming up with the San Francisco 49ers?
If Trey Lance is the quarterback, probably not.
Big key.
I don't know. But, I mean, then again, I'm biased. I mean, to say he's so good, he did get locked up by a rookie when he played against us. So, I mean, who am I? Just saying. I mean, we know he has the potential, but I don't know. They have too much going on over there. And then with McCaffrey being the horse that he is, I don't want to say he don't need Debo, but, he's like a second fiddle now.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, that's a good point, GC. Also, let me add that a dominant Samuel on a well-rounded 49er squad is a scary proposition for opposing defenses, with running back Christian McCaffrey entering his first offseason with the club and quarterback Brock Purdy on schedule with his recovery, and the defense only growing stronger this offseason. San Francisco is primed to make another deep playoff run. Philly G, what you think?
I think that they should just play Debo as a wide receiver. Like you said, they got McCaffrey, they got George Kittle. Or like GC was saying as well, I agree with that. Trey Lance being in there, nah, probably not. But you get Brock Purdy back and get him healthy. Yeah, I can see him being very dominant. But once again, he's got a good offense that's not just around him anymore. It's not surrounding him anymore, if that makes sense. Then you got a defense that you're building up. You just signed Javon Hargrave from us. You got Bosa. You got linebackers. They'll be fine. He'll be fine. We're talking about Debo here, but he'll be fine. And I think that he can get back to that all-pro form if all that works out. They shouldn't use him as a running back anymore, though. That was the point of getting CMC.
Ooh, Philly G. You just hit a 3-pointer from downtown on that one. Oh, Marvell. From downtown. Yeah, you killed one. You get, boy, Philly G. If I can shake your hand, brother. Because I've been preaching that same thing. Yeah. Deuce.
I gotta disagree with GC for sure. I to have both of those dudes on the field, man, that be able to have the versatility of Debo Samuel in the backfield with Christian McCaffrey. Now you got 3 guys that you got to really key in on. Those are guys that are listed at the top of scouting reports every week. You know what I mean? And when it's just Debo and George Kittle, that was cool. We could find a way to work with that. Then you threw in CMC in there, and now it's just like you got it's harder to guard Debo, you know, when he's in the backfield because you're probably going to have a linebacker on him. He's faster than it is when he's lined up outside when you can put a defensive back on him. And that's what I meant by disagree. I just,
Very true.
you know, I think once Debo gets healthy and is able to be on the field, we've seen what he could do. You know, 1,800 yards in 2021. That's phenomenal. You know, all-purpose yards, being able to run the ball, being able to, you know, be a pass catcher and do all those different things. You know, it's not many guys that can do that. And then Christian McCaffrey is another one of those guys who can play both receiver and running back. Absolutely. So I think with the offensive play calling they have and the how fancy and, you know, the different things that they like to do and the play action pass and all those things, I just think is going to benefit them. And especially when Debo gets healthy, because the numbers say when he's healthy and he plays a full season, that they ended up in an NFC wildcard game.
That's very true.
NFC championship game.
Yeah, they always they run deep in the playoffs.
In the playoffs,
You're absolutely right.
Their ability to run the ball, you know.
Absolutely.
And now it doesn't have to be full time by this guy anymore. So I think a full season with both of them on the field, I think they're bound to have some fireworks.
Okay, that's what's up.
Can I add
who? I don't want to mess your name up, brother, but 9% of the world population has a problem. I take the same thing as LeBron James. Akron, Ohio, popping. Follow the over Akron. Okay, you in Ohio? That's what's up, baby. That's what's up.
Long live the king.
No doubt. I say Ahu. I put it like that. And if I mess up your name, I apologize. I definitely apologize. But thank you for watching the Real Sports Podcast. Man, hit that subscribe button while you're there, bro. We here every Tuesday and Saturday. We are here, man. Appreciate you. And spread the word while you're at it, brother. Yeah, spread the word. Yes, sir, Philly G. You got something to add to that?
I forgot to say Brandon Ayuk's name because he doesn't get the respect that he deserves.
Absolutely. So the AG is enhanced. Huh? Okay. We're getting a little deep here. Okay, OG, what you think, man? Debo Samuel. He didn't do good last year. So he's aimed to do better this year. Healthy. Clear to go. Hopefully Brock Purdy be back. Trey Lance. You know, you got a healthy Trey Lance. So what do you think? Do you think Debo Samuel will get back to rare form like he did in 2021 as an all-pro?
I think he can, but I really think with the weapons that he has, we're talking about Chris McCaffrey, IU, Kittles, and all that. I don't think he really has to get to that form. And when you look at this defense, you know, this defense allows him to really play his type of game. You don't have to be the Justin Jefferson or the Stephon Diggs that has to just streak on down the field and just you know, be wide open. You know, he's kind of like with his style is like more like a Derrick Henry body and a wide receiver. You know, you have to figure a way how to get him down. You know, that's the thing about him. And I just really figure that, you know, with that, what they have in that defense, he really doesn't have to. He can just be good, but he doesn't have to be the 15 or the 2,000 yard receiver. He don't have to do
that. Right. You so basically saying he don't have to carry that load like he did in 2021.
He don't have to do that. You know, with Justin Jefferson, he had to because our defense was Bomber Lee was terrible. So you know we basically had to depend on him. You know, so he had to get down the way he had to get down. So you know, but with him, you know, and what he has on offense, Kyle Shanahan and orchestrating those players like that, man, I really feel that he hasn't. He can get to it, but he really doesn't have to get to it.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree.
He's still be productive, you know.
Yeah, because I agree with the OG on that. I hope he don't put a lot of pressure on himself to be the guy when he got a lot of talent around him. And like Q said, the defense, goddamn, that defense is gonna hold him up big time.
Yeah.
Mr. President.
Oh man, I've been waiting to go on this one, bro. Where do I start? I agree with the consensus of my fellow podcast panelists in the sense of because you have additions like Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle and Brandon Ayuk, you know, among others, Debo doesn't have to be the big dominant takeover type player that he was in that 2021 season. But I still think he can be dominant in other ways. I think he should take like that Tyreek Hill with the team with a good barbecue type role and just be that gadget wide receiver that can do it all. I wouldn't completely take away like the jet sweeps and the running plays with him, but I would severely limit them. Like I'm not going to run them 13, 14 times a game like they had to do that season. And I slightly disagree with GC. I think no matter who the quarterback is in San Francisco, whether it's Trey Lance, Brock Purdy, or Sam Darnold, any quarterback that's under center is going to benefit from having Debo out there on the field, being able to do what he can do. I feel like, especially if you're trying to work Sam Darnold into a new system or trying to work Trey Lance and Brock Purdy back from injury, especially having some design plays for Debo to be like that gadget receiver can kind of help get that quarterback going, get him in rhythm and get the offense off and running. And on a very personal note, I got to put my heel hat on for a second. Whatever frustration, whatever aggravation that Debo Samuel's feeling from that contract talk to the way that he played last season, I hope he bottles it up, and I hope he unleashes the biggest can of whoop ass the world has ever seen come week 12 when they play the Eagles. I want the San Francisco 49ers to absolutely demolish that team in green up in Philadelphia. The way Philadelphia and they fans was talking cash shit after that NFC Championship game, bro. I hope the 49ers send them a receipt. I'm gonna be the biggest 49er fan week 12 when they play Philadelphia. It ain't nothing against my boy Philly G. That's my best friend in law, and I love him to death. But man, y'all know without a shadow of a doubt that game was not fair. Y'all should have been a lot more humble in y'all victory speeches or whatever. Y'all got a receipt coming, bro, and I hope Debo go off on y'all. Big play, Slay, and everybody else y'all got, Jalen Carter and all them. I hope they bent over on their knees, huffing and puffing, trying to catch that man.
Well, I'm happy that it's not true for me, but it kind of is because I was one of those fans. But anyway,
that was a heel move.
You know,
that was heel. Good Lord.
You would think the 49ers
whining.
beat the Raiders or something. You know what I'm saying? Like they did something personally.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
we had
the
49ers gave the Raiders one of the best games last year.
49ers fans kept whining. They keep whining. They still whining today, saying that they got cheated. That's why you got the emergency quarterback rule now. Anything that we've done, they've always changed the rules. You ever notice that? Whenever the Eagles do something that the league doesn't like, they want to change it.
What are y'all, the Raiders?
Huh?
I know, right? Yeah,
Like you're using stats
Hell
against
no.
your single game series against the Steelers. You
I
talking
got
about
no
them
heat like
changing
that.
the rules,
Like-
trying to benefit y'all. Like what are y'all, the Raiders? Are y'all the silver and black? Like, come on, man.
I would say
Ain't
so,
no-
yeah. We're
no
the
team
modern
in
day
the
silver
NFL
and black
got more
because they keep
drama and
changing the
more heat
rules
like the
every time
Raiders.
that we do something, bro.
I mean, the rule changes really started for the Saints, and we all know it. I'm just saying.
So y'all to blame.
The reason the overtime is different is because the Saints kicked the field goal to go to the Super Bowl, and then he came in and was like, "Oh, both teams gonna touch the ball now. Don't get it twisted."
So is that why pass interference isn't a penalty that's called anymore?
Yeah.
Because of y'all?
I know what you talking about.
Yes.
Let me ask,
especially when the refs up from LA, who gonna call the flag? But don't get me started.
Ooh. But GC do got a point. I know exactly where you're getting at. I know exactly where you going with that.
Just like when we was pushing Jalen this year, pushing Jalen across the line, they were trying to get that changed, right?
I mean, that's been
Man,
controversial since
bad.
Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart. What are we talking about, Philly G?
Week 12, we're gonna destroy them again in Philadelphia. So you'll be whining too.
Destroy.
I think you putting on some old cowboy ways there, bro.
Bruh, no, I'm just being real.
I'm just putting on a lot of cowboy ways. You act like a cowboy fan. Always promoting them Cowboys.
I'm just being real, bro. Week 12 is going down. We are going to destroy the 49ers again.
I'm on to start Philly G guarantees because
I'm guaranteeing.
He's been on one lately.
I'm pulling a Joe Namath. We're gonna win that game.
I mean, aside from
Hey Q, we gonna have heartburn with Crow.
Apart from the whole week 12 matchup.
We got to
Yeah,
see
heartburn,
OG again, too. We're going to destroy Kirk Cousins. Bro, I'm ready for this season.
Oh,
I
damn.
really am. I really am,
Coming for the
bro.
Vikings.
With Slay about to shut down Jefferson again.
You ain't gonna get OG to move now. OG ain't gonna move now. You can tell you gonna come at the Vikings or you won't. Because you remember last year, y'all came at the Vikings. That man was quiet as a church mouse. And then he came in. He got the biggest comeback in NFL history.
Except when they played us.
But y'all rolled through that whole show.
I'm ready for this season, bro. But yeah, Mark, going back to you, bro, so we can get on with the show. You gonna be whining like they were.
If y'all win in week 12, thank you, Mr. Bravo. If y'all win week 12, it'll be respectable because the San Francisco 49ers would have somebody that can actually throw the ball down the field. Y'all beat a team with literally nobody to play quarterback.
Sounds like an excuse to me. It's not our problem.
We're not saying that it's your problem, sir, but at least have some humility. Don't go around bragging like you just beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania when he was undefeated.
I mean, we
beat a team with no quarterback.
We beat a pretty tough team. Whether you have
how can you call a team pretty tough, sir, when they literally have a quarterback with one arm? They had nobody else to turn to.
I don't want to hear
that. The backup had a concussion, and the other one tore ligaments in his arm and couldn't throw the ball.
I don't want to hear that. We won a Super Bowl. Bro. We won a Super Bowl with a backup. What's the point?
You had a quarterback that could throw the daggone ball. The 49ers had nobody. It was like early 1900s football. All they could do was just hand the ball off.
All right.
Like, you can't win a modern day NFL game.
All right. Excuse all that. None of that stuff is going to happen in week 12. But we're going to beat them. When we beat a fully healthy 49ers team, I don't want to hear no more about this.
And it'll be done. If y'all win in week 12 when they got a quarterback.
Win.
Keyword if
we win.
If I said if you guys can win that game, then all will be forgotten. You'll be good to go. You'll never hear about it again. I promise you. You might hear it from 49ers fans and be like, man, if only we would have had a quarterback, but you won't hear about it from me. So that's the thing. But when they win,
I can respect that.
I hope it's ass whooping. I don't want no 3-point game. I want an ass whooping.
Come out of your corners, you two. Well, I got to acknowledge Gigi Bravo, man. That's my dude right there. That's my dude down in Florida, man. We used to ball together. Hey, Gigi, you watching this, man? You better tell them what we used to do on the court, bro. You used to tell them what we used to do on the court, man. Boy, what? Boy, off the chain. 49ers, big time 49ers fan. And Gigi, that was for you, man. We talked about Debo, Samuel. We got you, bro. We got you. Oh, real quick, I do want to ask y'all a question. Now that, and I'll start with Deuce. Deuce, now that San Francisco DeMeco Ryans is now head coach of the Texans, will the 49ers still have that number one defense like they had last year?
I don't know if they'll be number one from a schematic standpoint because of how DeMeco was and being under Robert Saleh and kind of just being the successor to him and those types of things. But they still have talent. Those guys are still on the field, so they're going to definitely be tough. They'll definitely
GG. That's my dude right there.
They'll definitely be a top 5 defense, man. With Nick Bosa and Fred Warner and all those types of guys. They're going to be tough. I don't know if they'll be a number one defense, but I see them being top 5 for sure.
For sure. I see them for the boy. Greenway. Oh my God, 49ers defense is just they scary, bro. They scary. I'm sorry, Mr. President.
I don't see why they can't. I mean, you're returning most of your players from last year. You signed some good names in free agency. I understand losing. DeMeco Ryans might be a loss to most teams, but they replaced him with a former head coach who's proven he can really cook up something with a team, and motivate them to reach their full potential in Mr. Steve Wilkes. So I don't see why not. I think they'll have a better defense than the Philadelphia Eagles. That's for sure.
He is a heel, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, Philly G, you got to counter. You going to counter at that? Don't. Matter of fact, don't even do it. Don't even do it. Let me.
Look, look, I'm good, bro.
The 49ers.
Let me
the
out,
49ers.
coach. Let me out.
All right. I'll let you get a little bit. Get that. Come on.
Look, all I'm gonna say is this: we had what was it, 75 sacks last season or something like that?
Yeah.
In that range.
77. Yeah, 77.
We still got the same. Well, we don't have the same coordinators and stuff like that, but
Right.
we still got the same head coach with the same fire. We got a couple new guys that want to win a championship with this team. They got their teammates that they got now. You know, we're the Philadelphia Bulldogs, by the way. We got a team, and we're going to have the best defense again. And you'll see that in week 12. By week 12, we should be, I don't know, we're going to be on pace for 14-3.
Crow.
We're going to be the number one defense again.
Crow.
I'm telling
Crow.
you. Look, and I'll eat my crow. But it ain't
You
going to happen.
bunch.
Number one
With
defense.
biscuits. With biscuits.
And I'm putting cases on all y'all watching. Just because of Mark. I'm putting cases on all y'all.
Uh-oh, Philly G becoming a
I'm
heel.
serious. We about to be the number one defense again. We're going to be better than the Raiders again. I'm sorry, host. I had to come after y'all.
That's fine, brother.
This ain't y'all year.
I know it.
But, you know, as far as like, you know, the 49ers, yeah, they'll have a number 2 defense, not number 1. They'll have a number 2. They might be number 1 in rushing, but not number 1 overall.
Ooh, that's a lot, bro.
But
That's a lot.
I digress. All right, back
Okay.
to my case.
All right. So let me GC 49ers. D'Amico Ryans is gone. He was the defensive coordinator last year, had the number 1 defense in the league. Now he's Houston Texans head coach. Do the 49ers still remain top 5 in defense in the league? Do you think so?
I'm torn in between a yes and a no. I mean, I can say it's possible, but when you look at the defense, it's say about the front 7. I mean, if I ask anybody to name a 49ers corner right now, you probably can't do it. I know I sure can't.
Cornerback?
But yeah, that front 7, you know, saves the day a lot of times. So like, that's not like they DPs are superb. So I mean, if everything go right within the front 7, I mean they'll be up there, they'll be good. If not, all hell gonna break loose.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. OG.
I think they'll probably be. It might not be number 1, but I think they will probably be within the top 5. I mean, you know, given pretty much the same personnel back, you know, might not be number 1, but they'll be within that 5.
Interesting.
You gotta.
God damn! But that defense, San Francisco defense, is just talent, man. Holy hell! Like I mean, of course the 7, but that secondary is nice too, man. That little small, Dre, Jesus, what's his name? Number 7, cornerback. I think
Isn't it Dre Ward or something?
a little bit of fire. That fire that D'Amico brought. Ward. That's it. Dre Ward.
Jimmy Ward.
Jimmy
Something
Ward.
like that. Yeah.
Jimmy Ward.
But
Something
yeah,
like that.
Ward. But I'm telling you, San Francisco and GG, shout out to you know how we used to go at it, man. Them 49ers and Raiders, boy. I tell you, boy, we used to go at it. But I always had respect for the 49ers. But anyway, their defense is just talented all around. I like them, man. But I think that their fire is going to be a little bit out because D'Amico, he brung it. D'Amico is that type of let's go, like, you know, that got that let's go in them. I think they will be definitely top 5. It'll be a battle between Philly and 49ers is top defense in that NFC. I wouldn't sleep on the Saints defense either. The Saints got a pretty stout defense too. So the Saints can actually get up in that conversation as top 5.
No, I'm just staying humble over here. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I don't want to boast too early. I just want to boast when everybody's catching on.
I feel you. Also, I got a sleeper, man. It's them Seahawks. The Seahawks got a pretty stout defense too. So I won't go to sleep on those guys either. Also, Minnesota, man, with a new defensive coordinator, they got a whole new resume. So we should see a lot better with. I mean, it's a lot of defenses going to be coming up, but San Francisco is definitely going to be top 3 for me. Like,
Actually, host, can I change my answer? Can I go back?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
Oh, you're going to say
They
no?
will not. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was off the camera for a bit looking at their schedule from last season.
Okay.
They played Patrick Mahomes, and I'm going to throw Geno in there because Geno had a very good season.
Yeah.
Outside of that, they played nobody. You played Andy Dalton.
The 49ers?
You played what's his name? Kyler. It's trash. You played.
Oh, yeah.
Was in Washington.
It's the NFC West.
The schedule was hella weak. You're supposed to do that. And now you have to go against Herbert. You have who did I see? Herbert, Burrow, stuff like that. They're going to be in for a run. And with no corners, have fun. And Jimmy Ward don't even play for them no more. So they have fun.
That's true.
I just want to say
Gigi made a good point. He said Steve Wilkes would not have to pump them up like Salah and Ryans, but he get the best out of them from jump.
Thank you, brother.
So right. Yeah. He hit a nail on the head right there. Steve Wilkes is a great defensive coordinator. So it's like they're not missing. The only thing they're missing is fire. Just a little bit of fire. But he don't have to, like Gigi said, you don't have to pump him up. Go ahead, Mr. President. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that I appreciate Mr. Bravo for saying that. But for the record, since we're hyping up the 49ers defense, I do have to give credit where credit is due. A backup quarterback by the name of Jared Stidham lit that defense up pretty good last year. I just want to say that.
Jared did ball out.
That was funny.
We went overtime
that week.
We went overtime.
We should have won, bro.
Yeah, we took them overtime.
I was pulling for y'all in that game.
Yeah, bro. We played 49ers.
That's why we lost.
Yeah.
We can't have no Embiid Eagles fan rooting for us, man. That's bad juju, man. We trying to win a game in the clutch. You gonna bring that Philadelphia energy this way?
How many rings does Charlotte have again?
Good Lord, here we go.
Got the same amount as Joel last time I checked.
We beat the Chargers last year.
Joel got an MVP too. Where Ball at?
He did beat Chargers.
Where's his playoff games at?
Oh, God.
He has any appearances?
Football, fellas.
Oh, I'm sorry. He hasn't seen his team win in live action. Okay, you got to pull out the VHS tapes for that one.
Oh damn! Back in
damn,
that was back in the day.
I don't think 2014 and 2016 was back in VHS days.
Jeez.
I'll carry on.
I mean, if we're going to VHS, can we at least pop in the records with the orange tape? You know what I'm saying? I'm always down to watch that. You know what I'm saying?
The old VHS. Well, y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about the VHS. Y'all better leave that alone.
Yeah,
I watched Super Bowl 22 on VHS. So what's what you mean?
Oh man, I love
ours is on Blu-ray.
I had an archive, bro, and one mixtapes, everything, bro. GG, you remember that, bro? That's my dude. GG, man, I love you, bro. I love you, man. You my brother, man. Always down in Florida watching us right now. Ocala, Florida. That's my dude, man. Love you to death, bro. We had some good times, boy. We get some good times on the court. I'm trying to tell you, it's my dude. All right, man. Next subject, man. We got Miami Dolphins. Wide receiver, man. Tyreek Hill. He believes that he can become the NFL's first 2,000-yard wide receiver. After having an all-pro season in his first year with the Dolphins, wide receiver Tyreek Hill is setting his eyes on an NFL record. In Miami's final mandatory minicamp practice, Hill said it's one of his goals to have 2,000-plus receiving yards this season. If he does reach this goal, Hill would break Hall of Famer and former Detroit Lions wide receiver Calvin Johnson, better known as Megatron, with 1,964 receiving yards set in 2012, a milestone Hill thinks he can pass in a 17-game season. He said this, and I quote, "Oh yeah, for sure," Hill said via the team's transcript. I think the added game gives me the quite advantage. So yeah. Last year, Hill set a career high in receptions with 119 and receiving yards 1,710, while catching passes from quarterbacks Tua Tagovailoa, Teddy Bridgewater, and Skylar Thompson. Both of those standing as single-season records for the Dolphins, passing Jarvis Landry's 2017 reception mark and Mark Clayton's. Whoa, they went back. Mark Clayton's receiving yards total from 1984. Going into 2023, the 7-time Pro Bowl wide receiver believes having the most accurate quarterback in Tagovailoa and head coach Mike McDaniel play calling makes breaking the NFL record possible. Q-Dog, do you think this guy can do it? It's a very cocky statement, but do he remind you of somebody by saying that?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I can't say that he 1,700 yards last year.
No doubt, bro. No doubt.
I mean, I can't say, you know what I'm saying? If he say that, if he confident within himself that he can do it and he can get out there and prove it, I mean, he did pretty good last year. So who knows, a barn injury or anything, it's possible.
Yeah, I think so. Bro. I gotta hear what the guy said. Philly G, what you think before I unload here?
I think he can. I think he can. Yeah, I think he can. With a healthy Tua, I think he can. Last year he went on that quarterback carousel, really, but he still, like OG said, he still did pretty good. That is a lot to say, though. I know I said a lot just now about my team, but
yes,
that's a lot. That's a lot. Talk about crows being eaten, but I truly believe that he could do it. He could be the first one to do it. Yeah, he's fast as hell, man. They call him the cheetah for a reason.
He's fast as a mother.
You miss that first tackle, that's pretty much it.
That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. He is fast as hell. GC.
I think I'm gonna go. Yeah. Well, I mean, we all know the thing with Tua and Tua's help, but they got Mike White in the offseason, and Mike White is a gunslinger. So, God forbid Tua getting hurt, but if Mike White gets in there, I can see it. It may not be this season, but I could see it. I mean, I like Mike White. I'd take him on my team. If we didn't get Derek Carr, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, even though they talk about like the extra games, I mean, that's not on the players that they have an extra game now. That's on the league, so you can't really factor that into them. Put that on the league and like, if they had 16 games, it wouldn't happen. Whose fault that is? You know, that's something that's out of their control. So you give them the games for the stats, and they got it.
Okay, Mr. President.
Oh man, it's so nice and refreshing to hear my fellow podcast panelists hyping up and speaking positively about a former Oklahoma State Cowboy and Tyreek Hill. That warms my heart. You know me, man. I'm biased as hell when it comes to former Oklahoma State players, but I can't do it on this one, man. I just don't know. And for me, it goes back to the quarterback. I mean, Calvin Johnson set the record that he did because he had Matthew Stafford throwing him the ball. Matthew Stafford don't miss games for nobody, and the dude has an arm.
Like, he dislocated his shoulder and still threw a touchdown. That's crazy as hell. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's my point exactly. Like, even with a bump shoulder, Matt Stafford still has an arm. With all due respect to Tua ain't Matt Stafford, man. Correct me if I'm wrong, GC and Philly G, but I don't even think did Tua even have a full healthy season when he was in Alabama? Like, have we seen him play a full season since he was in high school? Nah. Yeah. And even with having Mike White, GC almost had me with them having Mike White. I agree with that. I mean, you also got to remember, too, a key difference between the Detroit Lions of Calvin Johnson and Miami with Tua and the boys. And Detroit, man, it was Calvin Johnson. That was pretty much it for that Detroit offense. So he was really the only target Matthew had to throw to. In Miami, you got Tyreek, you got Jalen Waddle, you got Mike Gesicki, you got some other options to get the ball to. So it's not just all on Tyreek. So I think he'll get close, and I think he'll put up a damn good effort because that's how we build him at Oklahoma State. But because of that quarterback situation, man, I just can't see it.
And I get it. There's other weapons, but even with them other weapons and a three running back system that they had last year, he got the 17-10.
17,
But you can't take that. You can't take that away from him.
Yeah, I agree with GC on that.
With Waddle having 1,000.
Yeah.
It's
I agree with you, GC.
I don't disagree with you, bro. I don't.
Yeah.
But again, I just can't see it. And even looking at who they're playing this year in 2023, right? They played some pretty darn good defenses. You know, the Chargers, the Patriots, the Broncos, the PS2. They got to go up against. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, they got to go up against the Eagles.
Yep.
You know, they ain't really got no teams on here on the schedule from what I'm seeing with some slouch defenses. So, do you really think Tyreek can go off for 100+ yards a game like that? They try to get to 2,000. In today's NFL, man, I just don't know. You know, other guys get paid too. You know what I mean?
That's true. That is true.
I know I'm crazy saying this, but the last time he played us, he torched us. So,
and the last time he played, y'all, if I'm not mistaken, he had one of the best quarterbacks on the Big 12 throwing him the football.
Yeah.
He didn't have Tua. Again, I love Tua. Tua is a proven winner. I'd take nothing away from him.
Roll Tide.
But Tua can't stay healthy, and Tua ain't got the arm like Mahomes or Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
I understand he don't have the arm. But don't forget, without the arm, they were still 4, 5, 6-0, something like that.
Yeah, they started off.
Yeah,
they
started off really hot.
Yeah, they started 4-0. That's
They're
true.
pretty
That's
good.
very true.
Yeah, and again, I can't take anything away from Tua because Tua, no matter what level of football he plays, the dude's a winner. He wins games. I can't take that away from him. But that health in that arm is just too big of a hurdle for me to buy into it, you know, this early before the season even started. I can't.
I agree.
And I feel Mark on that. Like I said, I'm a diehard Alabama fan, but I can't be biased on that. That's just the truth.
Right. Deuce, what you think?
Yeah, man, I'm kind of torn as well. I think if there's anybody that has the ability to do it, it's Tyreek Hill. Just his ability once he catches the ball to make people miss, and if one or two guys miss, you know, peace signs. He out of there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, I think that if there's a guy that can do it, he can. If you break it down, he averaged 100 yards a game, 100.6 yards a game. In order for him to get 2,000, he would need to average 117 yards a game.
Yes.
So, I mean, we're only looking at one more, you know, post route over the middle, you know, extra game. And that's all it would take for him to do it if he's, you know, on par from last year. And that, once again, that's with Skylar Thompson. That's with Teddy Bridgewater. That's with Tua. If he can get a full 17 out of Tua, I think he could possibly get there. But Mark brought up a good point. There's a guy named Jalen Waddle over there that's going to want his touches. Mike Gesicki's going to want his touches. They throw to their running backs out of the backfield as well. And if there's anybody, if I'm a defensive coordinator going to play Miami, if I have to double team somebody, it's going to be Tyreek Hill. So I think he'll start to see more bodies. He'll start to see more bracket coverages and you know,
umbrella defense, umbrella cover 6,
more banjos, and more focus will be on him because once again, when he was in Kansas City having the success that he had, there were other guys on the field. There was a Travis Kelce. There were running backs. There was a Patrick Mahomes who in itself you have to, you know, you have to keep your eyes on him at all times. You know, there's no telling what he's going to do with the football.
Spy.
But like I said, if there's any dude in the NFL that can do it, I think it's Cheetah. So I hope he's going after it. I hope he's, you know, truly chasing it. And he's going, you know, every screen he catches, he's going to try to get those extra yards. You know, every swing pass, he's going to try to, you know, because we've known Tyreek to catch it. And if he can go upfield, he will. But if not, he's like Tyler Lockett. He's getting out of bounds. He's getting on the ground because he's a smaller guy. He's not taking those shots, you know. And he's a tough-built kid, too. Like, you look at that dude, he may look small on TV, but, you know, he's a stocky. Yeah, he's a stocky dude. So,
he makes smart decisions, though.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, boy.
That. He does.
Yeah, I go with that.
Alvin Kamara does, too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 41.
Here I go with this Miami Dolphin thing.
You said AK makes smart decisions? Is that
I mean, on the
No.
Hey,
That's
getting
what
out
you
of
said.
bounds and not taking hits, yes. Punch people in Vegas? No. Wait, you know what I'm saying? You were talking about people getting out of bounds, and if they could go upfield, they could.
I
Alvin
just
Kamara.
wanted to clarify. You said 41 made smart decisions, and I had to get before host got into it because I wasn't letting you slide with that one.
For the record,
Yeah,
we don't
we
claim
know.
him at Alabama. He was at Tennessee.
Of course not. You only claim the ones that were beneficial for you.
Yeah, like Jahmyr Gibbs.
But here's my thing. Here's my
Georgia
thing with
Tech.
Tua. Okay, and I'm an Alabama fan. From out born and raised, born in Alabama. It's nothing to do with Alabama. But
I mean,
Tariq put on some big britches there. He has the ability to do it, but I'm with Mark on this. I don't think Tua is just not that type of guy. First of all, it is no disrespect, but he's the only left-handed quarterback in the league. And left-handed quarterbacks have time getting the ball out. He's gonna have the 1, 2, 3 pow. He's gonna have the 1, 2, 3 pow, 1, 2, 3 pow. And Tariq gonna have to be in the slot to do this. And he's gonna have to have a lot of yaks, which is football term, yards after catch. It's the only way. I don't know if the Dolphins offensive line and like somebody said, you got Waddle who wants touches, Gesicki who wants touches. Like I don't know, man. I just don't believe in Tua, even though he's an Alabama quarterback or whatever. But they ain't really got nothing to do with it. He's been out of Alabama a few years now. But again, he's a left-handed quarterback. And you look at the past, left-handed quarterbacks wasn't too much of a long bomb thrower. Michael Vick, he could throw the ball. But he didn't do it as much. He didn't throw it down the field as much. Steve Young had Jerry Rice, the greatest of all time, but he didn't throw it as much. Jerry Rice was catching slants. He wasn't going long bomb, and that's the only way I think Tariq. I don't think Tua can do it. I think Tua's a little fragile, man. Like he's been beat up throughout the year, taking those hits and stuff, man. I mean, this guy had 2 major concussions last season. 2.
I was gonna say 3.
He's like on the brink now of like career ending. I don't want to put it that way, but like I don't think so, man. And Teddy Bridgewater is not. This is not Minnesota Viking Teddy Bridgewater, where he can just come in and save the day like he did with New Orleans. In the same way, like it's not there. Skylar Thompson, it's not there. Mike White, maybe. Like GC said, he is a gunslinger, but I just don't. I don't think Tariq. I think Tariq had the same numbers he had last year. But Miami Dolphins will be effective. They will be effective.
So you give another 17-10?
Well, I say
17.
If you come out with 17, I mean
that's great.
That's phenomenal.
That's still good.
Yeah,
that's still good.
I don't think 2,000. I don't think anybody will get 2,000 close to it because it depends on their quarterback. Devontae is quote unquote the best. He's not going to get that much. Justin Jefferson, he's not going to get that much.
I was just about to say that. I think Jay Jettas is another guy that could possibly go for it.
Justin Jefferson, absolutely. Yeah, Justin Jefferson can break it.
Yeah. You mentioned Devontae. He has AJ Brown on the other side.
AJ Brown, no. AJ Brown is not. He's not
talking about
Devontae.
Oh,
he's talking about
Adams.
Everybody ain't talking about the Eagles, Philly G.
You got that cowboy. You got that cowboy. You got that cowboy in here, boy.
For sure, 1,000 yards.
No, but it's not.
Devontae Smith, though, man. 985.
Shout out to him. Absolutely. But Tariq Hill, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, and I think that's about it. Those guys that can, and Jamar Chase maybe Jamar Chase maybe. Yeah, maybe so. But if anybody gonna do it, it'll be Justin Jefferson to me, because the Vikings in Q, it's gonna be on Kirk Cousins. It's gonna be on Kirk Cousins to do it. But
I think that's why he don't get it right there.
Yeah, it could be.
You need
same way with
117 every week.
But same way with Tariq, it's gonna be up to Tua.
I don't know, G, because anytime I've seen Kirk get in trouble, 18 down there somewhere, and he just
he's somewhere.
Listen, you're right.
Yeah, and he don't drop passes.
Yeah,
you said 117 every week. What
117.
about the week?
Oh, hell no.
Kirk goes out
Jefferson
there.
don't drop passes.
What about the week Kirk goes out there and just fumble shit the entire game?
It'll be probably at
That's it. You
7:30
ain't getting
p.m.
it.
It'll be on a Monday or Thursday, most
And-
likely, or
And
later.
it's not just one
prime
time.
time.
There,
It'll
look.
be a prime time game for sure.
Like DC, bro.
We be like,
he ain't
we be
getting
like,
it.
damn,
That
Kirk
happens in
doesn't
those
do
games.
anything.
He ain't getting it.
And then Kirk go out there and just like 2 for 37, 15. We be like, what the fuck, Kirk?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Get it together, Kurt. But shit,
Right.
but real talk though, I think if Mike McDaniels is a genius, he's a very smart offensive guy, and they could come up with some stuff now to get. But I think one of y'all said, I think Deuce said it, that people now are because they know he's fast as hell, they're gonna double coverage like they did Steve Smith when he was with Carolina. They double coverage the hell out of him. If you put a blanket cover 6 or umbrella or whatever the case may be, I ain't gonna say shut him down, but it's definitely gonna be a nuisance to him. And that 2000, I don't think anybody gonna do it. But if I had to bet on it, it'll be either Tyreek Hill or Justin Jefferson getting that.
Coach, can I
Yes, sir.
to put a bow on it for you?
Yes, sir.
Looking at the all-time receiving yardage record in a single season, your boy is up there, man. Jefferson actually had more yards than Tyreek Hill did last year in receiving
I'm telling
yards,
you.
because Justin finished it with 1,800 with Kirk.
He was,
So
offensive player of the year.
So the Kirk Cousins argument might not be
games. 2000.
He quite would. I feel like if he didn't mess up in that Philadelphia game, he might have gotten it. But
I was just
just
about
to put
mention that.
And against
just to
Green
put
Bay.
into perspective, it can be done. The last person that was closest to Calvin Johnson in doing it was Cooper Kupp's unbelievable year in
Kupp.
2021.
Yep, that was my final one.
That Super Bowl year,
So,
right?
yeah.
I don't think that
And
happens in Cooper Kupp,
fortunately, good old AB is on the all-time receiving list multiple times. But
True that. True.
I hate to say that, but I have to acknowledge it.
Oh, Street, get out of here, Street. Get out of here, Street.
Roll Tide.
Just to be shut down
Roll
by Trey
Tide,
Diggs.
though. But anyway,
Get out of here,
Whenever he
Street.
play the NFC East, he go down. But anyway,
I be
Oh,
wanting to say it, but I don't like the
Just shut down.
Cowboys, man. So I can't,
Trey,
a
man.
rock in a hard place.
Diggs held
we're
that
talking
dude.
about Jair.
Whatever.
Jair locked him up too.
well, Slay didn't
Ooh.
hold nobody. Slay was
Jair
just getting
Alexander?
picks.
He did not lock up Justin Jefferson, bro. Brown
Jair?
jersey is not locking up.
I'm talking about Jair Alexander, not Trayvon Diggs.
No, that's what Street talking about.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't talking about that.
But
Get
if
Street,
you want to
yeah,
talk,
get it. Yeah.
there has not been a shutdown corner since Darrelle Revis. That is a shutdown corner. That is a shutdown. Not J.C. Jackson, because he was Mr. Interception. Not even Jesus, what's his name?
Are you gonna get some love to Richard? Sherman was pretty locked down for a little minute.
Richard
Yeah.
Sherman.
Yeah.
Yeah, teams didn't throw his way.
I mean, even
Aaron
though
Rodgers
they played
really
cover
went
three,
to that side of the field in the
yeah,
NFC Championship
Sherman
game.
had an injured arm, and Rodgers still did.
Yeah,
that
he
way.
didn't throw that way once.
That's
Darrell-
disrespect at all times.
Darrelle Revis was that dude because he guarded Randy Moss.
Yeah, no, Revis went inside.
Yeah.
You put a lockdown on Randy Moss, bro. You put in that work, bro. Jalen Ramsey. Are you serious?
Yeah, well, he's talking about Jacksonville, Jalen
Yeah,
Ramsey.
Jacksonville days.
He's talking about
Jacksonville, yeah.
Jacksonville.
Okay.
Jalen was tough.
Okay.
I mean,
What about
so-
Stephon?
What's up, Sojo?
Absolutely.
Sojo's in the building.
I can
What's
see
up, Sojo?
Sauce
Absolutely.
got an upside.
Yeah, Sauce will be. He's definitely a come up. Definitely a come up. Sauce is.
Sauce is
I'm gonna throw some black
He's
go in
nice.
there. No, Alante Taylor. Know what I'm saying? Alante Taylor.
Out of Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay, got
But
it.
I mean, he gonna be our new CD dude. So don't
Yeah,
know.
he gonna
I'm
play
talking shit
everywhere
now.
for y'all.
Sherman. Oh, Richard.
Even though
I
some
just
people up
want a fan
top,
of Richard
but
Sherman, man. I just-
Stephon Gilmore.
Really helps.
Yeah,
Gilly.
Gilmore was nice. Gilmore was
tough.
nice.
He still is.
I try to look at guys that play
He look
on an
old, man.
island and they could go inside too. If they
Okay,
travel,
so you just said the word.
travel across the
Island.
field, go
There's Darrelle
inside,
Revis.
Revis, Stephon, guys
Well,
like that.
Host,
My
I think what he
respect goes to
means by
guys who go-
island.
Well, wherever the number one
Yeah.
goes, The guys who
Yeah.
follow, that's the guys
Exactly.
I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was saying, if you talking about an island and just staying on one side of the field, I mean, Nandi Osama was one of the greatest of all time when he was with us.
Yeah, and then
So he
y'all
put an
paid, and
Eagles
then y'all
jersey
paid him.
on.
And what
Very
happened after that?
So he
Very
put an
true,
Eagles jersey
but
on.
nobody was. They was not
Crap
like
the
Darrell
bed.
Reeves, bro. That's why he got the island of Reeves. Like
I will give you that. I will give you that. He definitely
right.
is one of the GOATs.
Yeah,
I,
he
Absolutely.
was good. He was not a hard hitter, but you want you. There's no passes getting thrown over
The
that
ball wasn't over there. I ain't got to tackle you if the ball ain't over here.
True,
Yeah.
true. And we all had good corners.
Pretty
We
much
had,
at this
okay,
point.
we had
At
Charles
this point, you
Woodson.
having a race.
Right. We all had
That's
good
it.
corners. All right, IQ, you had Antoine Winfield, who was good cornerback. GC, you had Marshall. You got Marshall and Lattimore. We had Charles Woodson. You had Weapon X back there, and Deuce, you had Ike Taylor. Ike Taylor was good. Ryan Clark was good. But none of those guys, man, was not shut down like Reeves. Reeves was that dude, man. I'm a little old school with it.
The reason Lattimore isn't
Champ
locked
Bailey
down-
was a hard hitter. He was a
Yes.
hitter. Yeah, Champ Bailey was a hitter.
Yeah, shout out to Champ.
Yeah, Champ Bailey was a hitter. Champ
There's a
Bailey
reason
was
why
a
his
hitter.
name is Champ.
Street said, all I know in the last 2 games, Justin Jefferson played to get. Oh,
All right, Street, we get it. We get it, Street.
Ah.
Jesus. All this cowboy
man.
talk, man. Come on, bro.
Y'all
You're
better
not gonna
stop
take too much of
crossing
that.
the street, man.
I know, right? We gotta stop. All right, real quick, man. We're gonna go to the
cross
last
street.
thing.
I faithfully cross. I jaywalk across the street. You know what I'm saying?
We got trivia coming up, and we got one more really quick for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. I know we a good little minute over, man, but really quick, gotta squeeze this in here, man. Ron Rivera is not committed to Sam Howell as starter and happy with the Commanders' quarterback competition. Ron Rivera made waves earlier this offseason when he stated second-year passer Sam Howell will start 2023 as the Washington Commanders' top quarterback. How he'll finish remains far from certain. The Commanders' head coach told reporters on last Tuesday while he's giving Howell the edge in the low-intensity portion of the year, he's not quite committing to the North Carolina product. He said, "This is not what I do." Rivera said when asked if he saw his quarterback situation as a competition between Howell and veteran Jacoby Brissett for the starting job. Again, it's one of those things that, guys, it's just because I said Howell's going to start off as quarterback 1 doesn't mean he's going to finish as quarterback 1. I like to believe, though, that if he does go out and does things he's capable of, he got a very, very good chance of doing that. I think Jacoby's shown us some things that have really caught people's attention. We talk about Jacoby almost as much as we talk about Sam, but I just think as we go through this process until we play games, it'll be unfair to start making assessments. Again, there's a lot of confidence. Really quick, GC, Sam Howell or Jacoby Brissett? You go with your veteran or you go with a second-year guy?
I'm going Jacoby. Like, not even a thought. Sam Howell came from the same school as Mitchell Trubisky, so he wouldn't even be on my team, truth being told. Everybody knows how much I hate Mitchell Trubisky. Shout out to Lyndon. Also, I don't like the bet either, and that's where he started at. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just, like, am I shocked? No. So
they got a carousel, and I don't think Ron Rivera knows who was going to be his starting quarterback. I think he just shot something out there, but I don't know. OG, what do you think? What do you think? Who the Commanders, if you was Ron Rivera or his assistant or the voice piece or whatever the case may be, who would you choose? Your second year quarterback, or would you go with a veteran like Jacoby Brissett to lead this Commanders?
I mean, I would go with Jacoby because I don't see Sam Howell. He haven't really, just second year, it ain't like he's just been lighting up. We haven't really heard nothing about him or nothing. So, I mean, he might got the potential, but no, I got to go with the vet, the real proven vet. He's been around for a little bit, So, that's what I go with.
And to add on top of that, what Q just said, since veteran, Brissett started 11 games and he went 4-7 as the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback. He went 4-7 last year. Was completing percentage 64% and 2,608 yards and 12-6. He threw 12 touchdowns and 6 interceptions with a quarterback ratio of 89.1, which is as a starter, which is borderline average. But anyway, Philly G.
Jacoby.
NFC East. This is
I've always been
NFC
a fan of
Rivals.
Jacoby Brissett. Since he was a Patriot, really. When he got the starting job with the Colts, I was pulling for him. He's a vet. I'd rather go with the vet than the second year player out of North Carolina. And much like OG said, Howell's not like it's not like he's lighting up the field or doing anything that's catching the eye for Ron Rivera, really. Question though, do they still have Taylor Heineke on their team?
Atlanta Falcons.
No, Taylor's in.
Oh, definitely Jacoby Brissett then.
So it's just them two now, Brissett and Howell, and
Yes.
probably some random.
Yeah,
Jake,
you're going with
Jake,
Brissett.
Jake Fromm is also on that team.
Jacob Fromm. That played for
Jake
Georgia.
Fromm.
And
Real
Taylor
quick,
Taylor
Terry McLaurin, if you're watching, I'll take you in New Orleans any day of the week.
Tim DeMore.
You know, hey, we got Derek Carr, bro. You might well come down to the South.
Out of all that I just heard about the quarterbacks that's in that room, Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby.
Okay,
I agree.
that's
Okay.
a no-brainer, bro. That's
Yeah.
a no-brainer. Jacoby.
Jacoby. So we got some Jacoby. Sojo said that's a terrible quarterback room to choose from. It is.
It is.
That's tough.
But what do you got? What do you got? You bringing a butter knife to a knife fight? It's
Yeah,
not
like
gonna-
it's
Rock said Jacoby is a starter, and he would know because he's up there in the DC area, so he would probably know more than we do as far as that. But Jacoby is a starter, so it's
that is
like
true.
Wolfpack versus Tar Heel quarterback room.
Jacoby versus Sam Howell.
This dude's laughing at us, boy. Mr. President.
Believe it or not, I'm going to disagree with my fellow podcast panelists, and I'm going to go the opposite direction. I think they should give Sam Howell a chance. I mean, you wasted draft capital. Well, I shouldn't say wasted. You used draft capital on this young man.
You're right. Wasted.
Yeah,
you're right.
I'm trying to be professional, but yeah, they used draft capital on him. So I felt you should really try to see what he can do. Before you say whether he is or isn't the guy. Compared to Jacoby Brissett at this stage in Jacoby's career, I don't know if there really is much difference between what Sam Howell can do versus what Jacoby can do. But then again, it's Washington, and coming from a family of diehard Washington fans, one thing that they can all say as a matter of fact, Washington ain't never been able to draft a franchise quarterback in the history of their team. Anybody that they've had success with was a veteran that they brought in from somewhere else. Or in the case of Mr. Theismann, who played in the Canadian Football League and got seasoned up there before he came to the States to play for Washington. So
yes, sir.
Because of that lack of experience of drafting and developing a quarterback, you've seen how you really haven't had success with that. I would hope they would give Sam a chance, if for no other reason, just to say that they did give him a fair chance. Because if he never sees the field, that's going to look bad on your GM. It's going to look bad on your organization as a whole that you could not draft a quarterback. You got all this other talent on offense and defense, but can't get a quarterback to save your life. So if it was me, I would give him a shot. And worst case scenario, if Sam isn't the guy, you put Jacoby in there just to like kind of keep the ship steady. And if I'm Washington, to be real with you, I'm looking at the draft next year, like see, okay, if it's like week 10, week 12, and we locked in or looking good for that number 1 overall pick, I'm just going to go ahead and tank and just go ahead and get that first overall pick and choose between Michael Penix Jr. and Caleb Williams for that future quarterback spot. But at some point, though, Washington has to figure out their quarterback situation. You don't have Dan Snyder to hide behind as a scapegoat for the draft decisions that he's made at that position. Now it's on y'all to really get it going. And I also think, just to wrap it up, I think one of the reasons why Ron Rivera might be leaning towards Jacoby Brissett this year is I think Ron's on the hot seat. Ron been there a minute. The team hasn't had much success. So I think, especially when you got new ownership, man, I think he might be on the hot seat.
Yeah, I think this is it too. And I'm with you on Sam Howell. But if Jacoby, Rock said Jacoby's a starter, but I think Sam Howell still is going to get a start. He's going to get a start because Jacoby, as good as he is, he's just a guy that just can't get you over the hump. He's a great backup, but he's just a guy that just can't get you over the hump. He was starter for the Indianapolis Colts. He was starter with the New England Patriots, and he just didn't do so good.
He was starter in Miami too.
Yeah, and those teams are better than the Commanders right now. So it's gonna be a tough one. And then you gotta, in that division, man, you got Philadelphia who's gonna run them. That defensive line gonna run him. They're gonna run him scared. They're gonna blitz him like crazy. Dallas got a good 7. They're gonna run him too. Like
New York too.
Tough in that division. Yeah, the Giants too.
The Giants.
Yeah, bro. Like Ron Rivera, like you said, he is definitely on the hot seat, and he needs a quarterback, and he needs it fast.
I'm gonna say this, host, to wrap it up.
Yes, sir.
I want to say probably if by week 6 they're not looking good, he gets fired in the middle of the season or something. You really haven't done anything.
Ron Rivera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that might seem a little extreme, but I see it going in that direction. You haven't won the division or you almost went to the playoffs this past season, but you didn't really get to the playoffs in the past couple of years. So
True. And it's sad to see because I like Ron Rivera. He's a great leader. But the Washington Commanders just need to really need to focus on, like Mark said, they have not drafted a franchise quarterback. It's all been via trades. And
the one time they did have a franchise quarterback, they didn't want to pay him and sign him to a long-term deal, and he's now lighting it up in Minnesota.
Oh, Kirk Cousins, exactly. So, but he took him to the playoffs. He did get him out of the basement. But RG3, but it didn't work out.
One year, we're gonna count 1 year.
Yeah, I know. They said it on him.
It didn't work out, but they didn't want to protect RG3.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't want to give him no help. I was an RG3 fan.
They wanted
RG3 get hurt, and now everybody can block again. Okay.
Yeah. I'm with RG3 on that. I think they did a little work. They didn't build around like they're supposed to, but to go on with it. Washington has not drafted, and it's always been via trade. Mark brought up Theismann. I brought up Mark Rippon when they won the Super Bowl in '91. That was on a trade. So Washington, if Commander fans, I know Miss Jones, you in the line, you're a Commander fan. In order to Washington has to keep up with the big dogs in that division. Philadelphia, Dallas, and then you got the Giants coming up. They're gonna have to do something very, very quick on that quarterback scale. They got to do something like how the Pittsburgh Steelers did. They got to find a quarterback, and they found Kenny Pickett. It took them a minute, but they found a quarterback, and that's what the Washington has to do. They had to find that quarterback immediately in order to hang with them big dogs in that division.
And remember, they got to deal with those 3 defenses in total 6 times.
Yeah, they better do something fast because now they're gonna be at the bottom, and the Giants gonna come up, man.
The division usually everybody be 8-8 anyway. They're
Don't disrespect our division. It's not. It used to be 9-7.
Now the AFC North is the toughest division. Now the AFC North is a tough division. That shit is loaded. Oh boy, it's loaded. Deuce, you got some work to do, brother.
Yeah,
you got some work to do.
In the division this year,
huh?
I got the Steelers winning that division this year.
You smoking?
You're a smart man.
Hey, look, man.
Yeah.
Tell you, I see it. That's not cap. I'm dead serious.
I don't butt into other divisions too often. Know that's my guy. So I'm always cheer for that team.
We'll see.
Pittsburgh could be a wild card team, but I don't think the division. And that's strong.
Yeah.
That is strong. Kenny Pickett he's a quarterback in the making. Give him a few
I
years.
believe they can build around him. They can.
Mm-mm.
No,
Cincinnati's the dog. They the dog of that. I'm sorry,
I
dude.
mean,
Then you got Lamar right up under that. Like it's gonna be tough.
ain't worried about Lamar.
We're in a very good spot. I don't know if y'all waiting on me, but I'm ready to talk about it. But to stay on topic first,
yeah.
I would probably I kind of agree with Mark. I'm a type of guy that if I have a
it's about the risk. I mean, Washington.
If I got a rookie,
I like Kenny.
And a vet that have the
Kenny
same
too.
level of play, I got more of an upside with that rookie. I can put him out in the fire. I can groom him to who I want him to be. You know what I mean? We know what we're going to get out of Jacoby. And, Jacoby, like we said, is a great backup. He's a guy that when your team is in turmoil, he's cool, he's calm, he comes in, he doesn't really turn the ball over. He does things the right way. He's just not I don't think he's an NFL starter type talent, if that makes sense, right?
Don't work out for him.
Sam Howell hasn't had a chance really to show much. You know what I mean? He hadn't been on the field, and when he did, he beat the Dallas Cowboys. So, if I'm the Commanders, we don't do that often. We don't do that often anyway. So we might want to, ride with this dude to see where he gets us. But I love Jacoby. I think it should be something of a two-man, two-quarterback type system, which I'm completely against. I don't agree with it. I think if you have two quarterbacks, that means you don't have one. But I think that's probably the best bet for them is to have a rookie guy who you're going to go out there and make some mistakes, push the ball down the field, and you have another guy who's a veteran, a leader, a proven good locker room guy. I think you try to balance it out as best as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I think go ahead.
You're right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. You took words out of my mouth. Balance it. It needs to be a balance.
Yeah,
especially because that's only two you got.
I think Ron knows he don't have a quarterback. You know what I mean? So I think that's just kind of him getting ahead of it before some of the videos come out like they did in Tampa Bay of Baker and Kyle Trask. They wouldn't hit water if they fell off a boat right about now.
And Ron Rivera right now, he's going to try to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. And it's just not.
It's hard.
It's going to be very hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard, bro.
To Deuce's point, that might be why they turned down Hard Knocks and denied the NFL's request them to be on there. But if Deuce brought up something, if this early in the offseason that you don't have your quarterback of the future on the roster, this is just me. Like I might be a little bit crazy, but this is just me. Why not look at some of the quarterbacks who just got done in the XFL, some of the guys who are about to get done in the USFL, try to bring them in, or call up John Lynch in San Francisco and be like, hey, what you want for Brock Purdy or Trey Lance? You know what I mean? Because one of them is going to be the odd man out. So
I agree. You got to make some form of a move. You can't just sit back and kind of be like, we going to suck. I'm going to just, kind of tank it. We'll look like we're trying to do something, but we're not.
That's going to get him fired. What Luigi said, that's going to get him fired.
Be aggressive, man. Go out there. If you can, like you said, if you can get a Trey Lance or, somebody like that, I'm not trading for
I would
Trey
say
Lance
that this season.
Hit the panic button. Hit the panic button fast.
This season is the panic button, win now or get out.
I mean, I agree with what Mark said, but at the same time, you're going to put an arm and a leg on hoping that somebody is good. Like, we don't know what Trey Lance is.
I agree, G. I'm not trading.
I'm not paying 2-3 first round picks on a guy that you put in and he got hurt because you wanted to run him in the first half of the game or whatever. Like, he wasn't throwing the ball. As much as like they give Lamar all this trouble for his injuries and want to blame him on running. Trey Lance got hurt running.
He got hurt running. That's right.
And he didn't throw that many passes. Like, that's what like Malik Willis. That's just what it is. I'm not paying you 2-3 first round picks for him. And Purdy, he had a good span. Like, we don't know. And there's still there's film on him now. So
there you go, GC. You're right. And Brock Purdy got hot. He got hot. But I don't
He
think they're
did.
gonna get rid of Trey because that's a lot of draft capital they gave up for Trey. Holy hell, they gave him a lot. They gave up a lot for Trey, and they
They
still
don't
believe in
learn
Trey.
that quarterbacks from that school just ain't who they think they are.
For real though.
Wait. He
I
went to North
mean,
Dakota
up
State,
until the
didn't he?
ACL,
Yeah.
the first quarterback was doing pretty good.
Yeah, at first
Sir, that ACL was like what 4 years ago, and what has he
Look,
done
He
since?
been here for a
hey,
while
nothing.
now.
that's what I'm
Trilogy.
saying. If that
Nothing.
ACL didn't happen, I don't know what kind of player
And to
they
be
would have.
real,
I'll tell you, if he didn't tear his ACL,
We
y'all
wouldn't
would have
have
signed him
Jalen.
to a big time free agent
We
contract
wouldn't have Jalen.
and would have been given a bunch of money to a not good quarterback. And
How we
yes,
get
you
on
would
the
not
Eagles?
have Mr. Hurts.
I won't say they wouldn't be good.
I'm
11-2
saying
is pretty
saying
good.
Carson Wentz will not be good, sir.
No, I
Not
know.
your
I know. I'm
team.
saying that's what I'm saying.
you
If
just
that
told me y'all
ACL
won
did
that
not
Super
happen, I
Bowl
don't.
with the backup. So how good was that team?
That is true. We had a good
The
team.
team
We
was
had good
great, but
depth.
You were just
But-
able to plug in place. You were able to take one out, put another one in, and nothing changed.
But to Philly G's credit, we're not gonna act like Carson Wentz wasn't the Rookie of the Year and MVP before he tore his ACL. I'll give him that credit.
He was 11-2 before, and he
Because
still
we were
threw a
like,
touchdown on the
damn,
ACL.
Rookie and
And-
MVP in the rookie season, like what? He dove in
And
the
then
end
y'all
zone
mentioned-
towards ACL downhill.
Right, and then in 2019, he was dealing with the back problems. Of course, I mentioned 2019. Y'all may not want to hear it.
That could
But
be good. That'd be a good
taking
fit
an
for Washington.
Eagles team to the daggone NFC East championship or winning the championship in the NFC East is pretty good at that time. But that's all he could do at that point. He was already banged up.
Why are we talking about the Eagles?
I don't know.
I don't know how we got on the Eagles. I just know
How did we get there?
Politically correct coming to say the truth on it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy,
that statement let me know.
My bad, host. But
How
good, bro.
differently?
I just wanted to put that out there. But
The Commanders, again, if the Commanders do not hit the panic button now, and they need to shop around, man, and try to see what they can get. Because those two right there, man, they're gonna be in the world of trouble, and so will be Ron Rivera. And those Hogs, they was the Hogs back in the day. They were some real serious fans. The Hogs.
And Washington fans are itching for that team to have some success because it's been long
they
overdue.
aggressive. Yeah.
And I'll say this, even if you don't have the quarterback now, Washington would still be very attractive to a free agent quarterback or like a quarterback in the draft because you got some really good receivers, you got some good backs, your offensive line is all right, you got a good defense, so you got the ingredients, you just ain't got the chef to cook it up.
Yeah, that's true. OG, before we go on, man, you got something before we go on?
No, I'm good.
OG just chilling today.
Go DC ready for trivia.
Yeah, OG just be chilling, man. Chilling like he on an island in Bahamas, bro.
OG said my
pour that man a
lady
cold
king,
drink,
I
bro.
got to throw some pizzazz on there now.
He's the most interesting guy in America.
There you go, baby. The most interesting guy in America. The OG. Q diggity dog. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the NFL talk. All the NFL talk, man. This is the end of the show. We got trivia right here and right now. Right now. Righty here. All the marbles is on the table here. It's been a long time since we had a trivia for the undisputed title. I'm going to go with Howard Finkel 2 times on this one here. We got the Real Sports NFL Trivia Champion, Q Gold, versus the NBA Trivia Champion, The Deuce.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Real 2 Sports NFL Trivia Championship. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Real 2 Sports NBA Trivia Championship.
All right, man. All the marbles is on the line. On the line here. Here we go. Before I get going, man, GC, you got the OG or you got your brother?
Oh
From another
man, they
mother.
put me in a rock and a hard place because you know how Q Dog, smart man right there. My man's Deuce, bro. No, my right hand man. It's tough. I'm gonna go with the Deuce. I'm gonna throw him up today.
All right,
Throw
throw
him
him
up. You know what I'm saying?
Throw him up, man. All right, Philly G, former NBA trivia champion. Who you got?
I want to go against the man that took my Goldie from me. But he's facing the OG today. Come on, OG. Let's get this done, man.
All right,
OG.
going with the OG. All right, and Young Mark, former NFL trivia champion. Who you got?
Q-Dog is the only person I've never beaten in trivia in my whole career. But almost 2 months ago to the day, I watched him straight get his ass kicked by Deuce. It was over after 4 questions. Deuce demolished him. So Q-Dog, I got mad love and respect for you. The only man that I've never beaten in trivia. But I gotta go with my man Deuce, bro. I gotta go with Mean Joe Green over there. You know what I mean?
All right, Deuce it is. All right, man. Well, here we go. The bets are all in. We got champion versus champion. NFL trivia champion Q-Dog versus NBA trivia champion Deuce. And it's going to change the game a little bit, man. Normally, it's the 7 questions. This time, it will be 10 questions. 10 questions. Both 5 NBA, 5 NFL. Right down the middle, NFL questions, NBA questions. 10. Whoever has the most out of 10 will walk away with both championship belts. Q-Dog, you are the champion first before Deuce. So you get to go first. It is on you. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, sir. Let's roll.
Here we go.
Let's go, OG.
What team has a gorilla for a mascot? What NBA team? Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that would be Phoenix Suns.
Phoenix Suns it is. Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns it is.
Wrong, Q.
The dog. The dog is on the board. All right, Deuce. As of 2020, how many teams get a bye week in the first round of the NFL playoffs?
1.
No, sir.
1 from each division?
How many teams?
I mean, two teams total, but 1 from the NFC, 1 from the AFC.
2.
That's what I meant.
I give you that one because you said 1 for each division.
I was like, what?
All right, Q-Dog. What team has a coyote for a mascot? What NBA team has a coyote for a mascot?
Oh, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
No. Deuce.
Go out on a limb and say the Portland Trailblazers.
No.
Wait, I think I got it.
Damn, host.
Now,
I could have. You would have gave me these questions.
You guys are not in
against
trivia.
Deuce. I would've been 2-0.
The one with the crazy eyes, bro.
Yeah.
They mascot some
I
crazy
can
looking
see, I
eyes,
can
bro.
see it now, man, but I couldn't think of it.
All right, Diggity Dog. Back on you, Diggity Dog. Who started for the New England Patriots in place of the suspended Tom Brady in week 1 of the 2016 season?
Mm.
Who's the starter?
Mm. I don't think I know that one.
You gonna pass it?
Yeah, I'm past.
Deuce?
I feel like we were just talking about him, so I'm gonna go and say Jacoby Brissett.
No.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
My quarterback, baby.
Lose
My
one of
QB. All right,
Jacoby
Diggity Dog.
came in at week 3.
Back on the dog. How many referees are there during an NBA game? How many referees?
I think it's maybe hold on. I think it's 3.
No. Deuce.
4.
4 it is. 4
It starts.
referees. 1 on each side. 1 on each side. All right. That was stolen by the Deuce. Back on you, Q-Dog. What type of tackle did safety Roy Williams use in 2004 that caused 4 major injuries, inspired the Roy Williams rule?
I think it might have been the horse collar.
Horse collar it is. Horse collar it is. We got a good one here. We got a good one here down here in Texas, staying between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. Come on, man, get my Pat Summerall on, man. We go to the live chat real quick. Host Spurs. I got Deuce too. Hey, Deuce.
Appreciate it, Miss Jones.
Deuce, old popular guy here. All right, that was the Diggity Dog got that one, so it's on you, Deuce. Who was the first foreign born player to be drafted as the number 1 overall pick in the NBA in 2002?
I'm going to pass.
Okay. Q-Dog, who was the first foreign born player to be drafted as a number 1 overall pick in the NBA in 2002? Take a shot.
I say Yao Ming.
Yao Ming it is.
That's right,
Yao
OG.
Ming.
Yes.
Yao Ming it is. Yao Ming it is. All right. All right. That was stolen by Q-Dog here. So it's back on you, Deuce.
Is it 3-2?
Yes, sir. 3-2. Q-Dog. All right. Back on you, Deuce. The Jacksonville Jaguars traded Jalen Ramsey to the Los Angeles Rams in what year? Host.
Would it be 20? Man, that's I don't want to say 2020.
No. Q-Dog.
I'm gonna say 2019.
2019 it is. 2019 it is. Win Super Bowl, remember?
Yeah, but I didn't know if we were going 2019, 2020, or 2020 or what. So,
all right, back on you, Deuce. Who was the only player to win the NBA 6th Man of the Year award
Lou
3
Williams.
times?
Lou Will.
No. No. Q?
To win the NBA 6th Man of the Year 3 times. What's his name? His last name is Pierce, but I don't know his first name. I'm gonna say Michael Pierce or something like that.
No. Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford. All right. Deuce. All right, Deuce. Here we go. This is it right here. At least get on the board, on the bragging right here. What year did Colin Kaepernick replace Alex Smith as the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers?
2012.
2012, it is.
Winnable games, fellas. Winnable games.
Yep, 2012 it is. Where'd GC go? Messed up my thing here. Okay. All right, man. That's all. That's all the questions, man. So you know what that means. You know what that means. Q-Dog.
That's right.
Q-Dog. Q-Dog wins, man. It is 10. But I tell you the truth, man. I think Host won this one. Man.
Was I the only one that picked Q-Dog?
Yes. Yes, you did.
Hey, host, what was the final score?
The final score
5-4, 5-3.
4-3. 4-3. Q-Dog.
Neck and neck. Good game, dude.
Neck and neck. Q-Dog. Oh man, my man Q.
I think I got him on there. You know what I mean? I think that's why I got him.
I wasn't ready for that one at all. But if I'm gonna lose to somebody, I'm glad it was the OG.
I know that's real. Q-Dog, you did it, man. Yes, sir. Q-Dog coming away with both belts again. Q-Dog, once again, is the undisputed for the third time. Man. He is undisputed champion. Walk away with
champion, ain't he?
Yeah, man. Three time, man. Q-Dog. And he has the best record overall, man. He has the best record in the podcast. The Diggity Dog. So, Diggity Dog, you got both belts. Got to combine them together, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the new Real to Sports undisputed champ title, and it belongs to the Diggity Dog.
Yes, sir. That's a beautiful belt there, host. Yes, I like it. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I would dare call that belt elite.
Diggity Dog, man. Diggity Dog. Shout out to Deuce. I gotta give Deuce credit, man. He won the NBA trivia title, something that's out of his realm, but he won it. And shout out to Deuce, man, for a hard-fought battle there. That was good. That was good. Live chat. What we got? Live chat. Andrew Bogut. What? Jimmy G. Oh, yeah, Rock. Andrew Bogut. Lou won it 3 times too, though. Yeah, but Crawford did it first. Don't mess with the host. Congratulations, Q-Dog by Miss Jones.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Y'all right? Everybody all quiet and stuff.
Congratulations, OG.
I'm over here licking my wounds, host.
You said I'm licking my wounds.
Hey, host, can I do a birthday shout out?
But I'm in the loser circle right now, so I can't say.
I like old Deuce, man. Deuce got great sportsmanship, man. I always like about Deuce.
I'm coming back. Q-Dog owed me a whooping, as Mark pointed out earlier. So he owed me one.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I just want to, on behalf of the Real to Sports podcast, man, I got to give a birthday shout out to one of the OGs of the group, man, one of the day ones, one of Q-Dog's favorite opponents in NBA trivia, my main man, D-Rec, man. Happy birthday, D-Rec.
Happy birthday to D-Rec.
Happy birthday, D-Rec.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, D-Rec.
Happy birthday, man. Already D-Rec. And the
NFC East brother and
New
rival.
York Giants. New York Giants. Happy birthday to him. No question, no doubt, man. No doubt. Rock said, "Don't forget you took that L to me." Oh, G said we need to talk that boxing.
They got a fight tonight out here at the.
You can get on the show. Talk about it.
We got fight of the year coming in July.
Get on the show, GG.
Spence Crawford, yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching that.
It's gonna be a good one.
Hey. But they said that one tonight's supposed to be good too.
Yeah. That boxing is it's a little tough. That's a little tough to get into, man. Because not everybody know boxing. So I can go old school boxing for sure. But
who y'all like today in the boxing world?
I have no clue, really. I mean, I like Tank. I mean, Tank freaking incredible.
I like Lomachenko.
The boxing game has changed so much. He said, "Q Dog, the Ron Simmons of the podcast panel." Damn.
Told you did. We here with it, bro. We here with it.
Roll Tide, Mark.
No doubt, man. All right, man. That's our show for today, man. As always, man, we want to thank you guys for watching another episode of the Real to Sports Talk Show, man. Remember to please hit that thumbs up for us, man. And you first timers, hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell for all notifications, man. Because you belong right here with us each and every Tuesday and Saturday, man. All right, and actually, matter of fact, Philly G, normally is on a Tuesday. Normally, Philly G's here on a Tuesday, but he is here with us on a Saturday. So, I'll holler at Philly G, man, while he here. Philly G.
What's up?
Philly G, what you got for us?
Look, thank y'all for checking out the show today and everything. Give us that like and subscribe. Be safe, be good, and happy Father's Day. And to all the fathers out there, have a great weekend.
Yes, sir. And speaking of that, man, on behalf of myself and the podcast panel, man, we want to say happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Even mine. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And go through real quick, man, and say happy Father's Day to everybody. GC?
I got a couple things to say. Start by saying happy Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my parents. They've been married 23 years as of today. So
no doubt.
Congrats. Got a slogan now. Now I'm start saying my favorite rapper is Lil Wayne. Everybody know. I know Deuce knows for sure. And he always say Weezy F baby, and the F is for something. So I'm gonna boast a little bit and like Weezy F baby, and the F is for fuck the team. Either with it or against it. You know what I'm saying?
Either with it or against it, baby.
And Mark, you're my guy. We always gotta be on the opposite ends. I just want to let you know, Oklahoma State is where the Alabama rejects go every time. They're not good enough. We send them to y'all, and y'all do whatever y'all do.
Good Lord.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Tell
Let
them
them know, DC.
G turned into a heel on you.
Hey, correction, GC. Oklahoma State's where all the Oklahoma rejects go. Those go to Auburn.
Deuce, what you got?
Man, I just want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day this weekend coming up. Most importantly, my pops.
Absolutely.
One of the main reasons I am who I am, and
yes, sir.
Especially on the HBCU side, bro. That dude is a Grambling State alum. My mom went to Southern. So a lot of this passion that you feel with those deucing it up comes from that man. So Pops, love you. Happy Father's Day, and also happy Father's Day to my father-in-law.
Yes, sir. All right, man. All right. The OG.
Well, I want to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Take time out to enjoy your special day. Sit back and do nothing. Relax. The food comes to you. Chill.
That's right.
That is your special day, and you deserve it.
Yes,
365, you deserve that day. So acknowledge that day for yourself, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
Yes, sir. That's our lead, Mr. President.
Oh man, definitely got to give a happy Father's Day shout out to hosts, Q Dog, T Rock, and everybody else on the Real Sports Podcast, Wall Street. That's his dad. Getting to see what y'all do every day, and y'all dedication to y'all kids and y'all families is definitely inspiring. So shout out to y'all. And most importantly, happy Father's Day to my dad, Michael. I literally would not be half of the man I am today if it was not for him. He's taught me a lot about the game of life and always been there for me, supporting me no matter what. I've seen him work 12-plus hour days at FedEx and still making it my football.
Wow.
So shout out to him. Thank you, Dad, and I love you, and I can't wait to see you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Again, man, shout out to all the fathers, man. Where's Tate Davis from? Where's he from?
You from Georgia?
I don't know.
Happy Father's Day to Drew to the game. I can't forget the power of positivity.
Drew to the game. Happy Father's Day, brother.
Shout out.
I think he might be from Baltimore, I think.
I think it is.
GG. Boy, you got a lot of them, boy. My boy GG, boy. That got assembly line right there, boy.
Yeah.
Shout out
thanks for being more.
He's a good father, man. Shout out to my boy GG, man. Shout out to
I just wanted to do a quick shout out to my dad. May he rest in peace. He passed away when I was 6, man. But happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Y'all have a great day and a great week.
That's right, man. No doubt. And also, since Philly G said that, to all the ones that, all the fathers that's lost, man. Maybe lost. Still here.
But never forgotten.
You still here, man. You still here with us. So, yeah, man, happy Father's Day to everybody. Drew to the game says, happy Father's Day. Yeah, man, happy Father's Day to you, my brother. Happy Father's Day to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man, we're going to get out of here. Before I go, man, but I want you to come on back Tuesday. Man. We got more sports news to bring to you. We got more sports to bring to you, man. Tuesday, man. Last Tuesday, we officially ended the 2023 NBA season. As the Denver Nuggets won their very first NBA championship. So we're going to go back to a little football and a little bit of basketball on Tuesday night. So come on back, man. We got sports to talk about at 7 p.m. live on YouTube Eastern Time. Right here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Real to Sports Podcast. Again, man, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And shout out, happy Father's Day to my dad. Happy Father's Day to him. We got the president himself, Philly Gizo, the Deuce. Yes, sir. The flyest man in the land, 504. And we got the new double champ, the legend himself, Q Dog, no doubt, man. All right, man. Again, man, Tuesday, 7 p.m. We got sports to talk about right here on the Real to Sports Podcast. Until then, be safe and stay safe. And we out of here.